Hello everyone, it's me from my channel. Today we are going to learn Bible Siri, Adam and Eve. So let's go. Let's start with a reading from the Bible. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was moving over the face of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw that it was good. And God separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening and there was morning the first day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering of the waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth vegetation, plants yielding seed and fruit trees bearing fruit according to their kinds, each thing that yields seed on the earth, in the likeness of its kind, all that were in the earth." And it was so. The earth brought forth vegetation, plants yielding seed and trees bearing fruit according to their kinds, all that were in the earth. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness." And God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. The story of Adam and Eve is the very first narrative in the Bible. It appears in the book of Genesis, chapters 2 through 3. This story tells how the first humans came to be and how they fell from a state of innocence into sin and suffering. In this story, there are three main characters: God, Adam and Eve. The setting is the Garden of Eden, which is a paradise created by God for the first human beings. The plot revolves around the temptation of Adam and Eve and their subsequent fall from grace. The story begins with God creating Adam from the dust of the ground. He then places him in the Garden of Eden to till it and keep it. God creates all kinds of animals and brings them to Adam to name. But Adam feels lonely, and God makes Eve from one of Adam's ribs while he is sleeping. They both live in harmony with God in the Garden of Eden. God gives them permission to eat from any tree in the garden, except for the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. One day, however, a serpent tempts Eve to eat from the forbidden tree. Eve, tempted by the serpent's words, decides to eat the fruit and also gives some to Adam. When God asks them why they have disobeyed his command, they both try to shift the blame onto someone else. As a result, God curses the serpent, pronouncing 7 woes against him. He also announces that a descendant of Eve will crush the serpent's head and calls this person Christ. God drives them out of the Garden of Eden, where they have to wander until they die. Finally, he clothes them with animal skins and they become the first humans to wear clothes. This is the story of Adam and Eve. Now let's answer some questions about it. Question No. 1. Who are the main characters in the story of Adam and Eve? Answer: the main characters in the story of Adam and Eve are God, Adam and Eve. Question number 2. Where does the story of Adam and Eve take place? Answer: the story of Adam and Eve takes place in the Garden of Eden. Question number 3. What was the relationship between Adam and Eve? Answer: Adam and Eve were husband and wife. They were the first humans created by God. Question number 4. What was the significance of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil? Answer: the tree of the knowledge of good and evil was the one tree in the garden from which Adam and Eve were forbidden to eat. Eating from this tree symbolized disobedience to God and would result in separation from him. Question number 5. Why did Eve decide to eat the fruit of the forbidden tree? Answer: Eve decided to eat the fruit of the forbidden tree because she was tempted by the serpent, who suggested that eating the fruit would make her like God, knowing good and evil. Question number 6. How did God react when he learned that Adam and Eve had disobeyed him? Answer: when God learned that Adam and Eve had disobeyed him, he was angry. He cursed the serpent, pronouncing 7 woes against him. He also announced that a descendant of Eve would crush the serpent's head and called this person Christ. Question number 7. What happened to Adam and Eve after they ate the forbidden fruit? Answer: after they ate the forbidden fruit, God drove them out of the Garden of Eden, where they had to wander until they died. He also clothed them with animal skins. Question number 8. What is the main lesson or message of the story of Adam and Eve? Answer: the main lesson or message of the story of Adam and Eve is that humans are capable of sinning and disobeying God, but God has a plan to redeem them through the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. Question number 9. How does the story of Adam and Eve explain the origin of evil? Answer: the story of Adam and Eve suggests that evil entered the world through the temptation and disobedience of humans. The serpent, representing Satan, tempts Eve to eat the forbidden fruit, leading to the fall of humanity into sin and suffering. Question number 10. How does the story of Adam and Eve relate to other creation accounts in different cultures? Answer: the story of Adam and Eve is unique to the Judeo-Christian tradition and is not found in other creation accounts in other cultures. However, the basic elements of a creation account, such as the creation of humans from the earth and the establishment of a paradise, are common to many cultures. So these are some important questions and answers about the story of Adam and Eve. If you want to learn more about this topic, you can read the Bible or do further research online or in books. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. We would love to hear from you. Once again, Thank you for watching and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Bye bye.